Hey everyone, I'm meteorologist Hannah Dennis, and there are severe storms possible tonight, but we do have a beautiful weekend ahead. Unfortunately, we could have a stormy next week, so we have a little bit of a roller coaster going into this weekend and the following week. Now, I'm going to show you two different scenarios because right now we have a cap in place, which is helping us not see those storms intensify. However, I'll also show you what happens if that cap breaks. So right now, if we keep this cap, this is looking at 5 p.m. today, you can see we'll go through and we'll only be seeing those storms mainly up in northern Iowa. They'll continue to move through across the state. 9 p.m. we could see some scattered showers, possibly some very light thunderstorms pop up in central Iowa, but for the most part, they are going to stay north. And then as we go into midnight, we'll see some storms pop up in southern Iowa, but for the most part, it looks like that severe risk stays out of Iowa almost completely. However, if the cap breaks, and that means if those clouds are going to start breaking apart and help us get a little bit of that warming, this is the scenario that we could see. 5 p.m. you can see that there is a line of thunderstorms that do pop up in southern Iowa that will move across into central Iowa. 6 p.m. it's going to be definitely in the metro area, and then we'll see those storms continue to keep moving. 8 p.m. that's when northern Iowa and north central Iowa will be seeing those storms, but then they'll start to die down as we get into 10 p.m. But this is only if the cap that we have right now starts to break. But with both models, the good thing is Saturday looks like it's going to be a good one. We'll see those clouds clear, setting us up to have a pretty sunny day throughout the entire day. We'll only see a few passing clouds, so that's the good news. But right now, we got to keep an eye on those storms because we are under a level 2 risk for severe weather if any of these storms do turn severe, and unfortunately, all hazards are possible. Here's that tornado outlook. You can see it is low in much of Iowa. There is a higher chance in southwestern Iowa, but this means that that potential to see a tornado is pretty low, but it is not zero. So there is a chance. Now with wind, looks more likely with any of these storms that turn severe, we could see those stronger winds up to 60, maybe 70 miles an hour as they move through. And that's the same with hail. We could possibly be seeing that hail that is 1 inch or even a little bit larger with any of those storms that decide to turn severe. Now, as we go into just seeing this rain going through tonight and what we had yesterday, you can see that the excessive rainfall outlook is at a slight risk for much of central and southern Iowa, and that is not going to help our flooding situation. In fact, it could cause some of the rivers in central Iowa start getting more and more at those concerning levels, those almost flooding levels that we are seeing as you start to go more north into northern Iowa. And that is something that we don't want. We don't want that flooding to really be happening all over Iowa at the same time. Now tonight we'll get down to 70 degrees. We'll see those isolated storms, but all storms will clear most likely after 10 p.m. And then tomorrow, setting us up to have a nicer day. We'll be a little bit breezy, but for the most part, it'll be nice. We'll start out a little partly cloudy throughout the day, and then those clouds will clear. We'll get up to 83 degrees. It'll be nice. Sunday gets even better. You can see that the high is going to be in the upper 70s. We'll have a lot of sun, and then things change as we go into Monday. We're looking at those temperatures getting a little bit warmer. We'll have those isolated storms mostly start popping up in the afternoon. Tuesday looks like a stormy day. Wednesday, there is a chance to see some storms. Thursday, 4th of July, unfortunately, we could have some storms there, but right now it looks like it could just be in the morning, and the afternoon and evening will be clear, so that is good news. And then as we go into the rest of the week, it looks like we'll get into those mid to upper 80s. We may see the 90s a couple of times, but looks like we have another good weekend going into the first weekend of July.